or work on. And one is the pipeline from oil from Canada. That oil is going to go somewhere. There's going to be a pipeline built. It's going to be directed into the southern United States and utilize the energy and create jobs in this country. Or the pipeline is going to be directed to the West Coast and it's going to go to China. I would implore you to work to help direct that pipeline to benefit us rather than China. And that's as far as I'd like to take it. But on another,
with Jeff Bingaman's retirement, he's the senator from New Mexico. I'll be the senior Democrat on the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. So you're going to see me spending increasing amounts of time on energy, and I'm already the chairman of the Forestry Subcommittee, so I'm spending a lot of time on that. But I'm digging in very intensively on some of these energy issues.
My question is regarding healthcare. Myself and a lot of people that I know, they're not old enough for Medicare, and maybe they're just an individual with their own little business or a consultant or something like that. And if you've ever had any pre-existing condition, you are basically screwed. I mean, there's no other way to say it, to find affordable healthcare insurance in Oregon. I've researched it extensively. I've looked under every rock. I've gone on the, obviously the internet, and or any tip I get from.
I'm director of the Great Panthers. Kind of healthcare for me has always been the biggest issue, because if you and your loved ones don't have your health, then pretty much everything else goes by the board, whether it's work or family or what have you. A couple of quick questions, and by the way, I'd love to, with June and our people, because we spend a lot of time on healthcare issues, try to walk through the history of all of this. Did you by any chance contact any of the nonprofit insurers in the state? Kaiser, Providence.
Your thoughts regarding the DHS armed agents at our Social Security office and doing a paper check before allowing anybody to enter? That's happened within the last 2 days.
I'm not up on the that's going on with respect to the internet. How many of you haven't heard much about what he's talking about? Okay, we'll take a couple minutes because this is a big deal, and you'll probably be surprised to see what goes on in January when Congress comes back. I think we all understand that the internet has been an incredible blessing for all of us. Somebody asked about the Occupy Wall Street, movement. Well, they've got a concern about income inequality. So, valid point. Internet means that if you're not one of the big money, lobbies, you can go right there and get all your ideas out. You don't have to have big lobbies and the like. Tea Party, making some points about the size of government too big. Internet is not about more government spending and the like. It's something there for all of us. We get access to the web. Not big government firms have been an incredible innovation. But we're now kind of at a fork in the road, and you're going to hear a lot about it because we are seeing more and more, particularly from overseas. You've got people trying to steal our intellectual, property. They're trying to sell tainted Viagra, fake watches, or movies they don't own, or all kinds of things. So there's no question that there's a real problem. We're losing out on a lot of money here. No question about it. The question is what to do about it, because a lot of this, pirated sites, and particularly what are called foreign rogue websites, are part of the problem. And what the gentleman is talking about is the two bills in the Congress to deal with the problem. One of them is backed by all the powerful, interests. Hollywood, the recording industry, the drug company, all these powerful kind of lobbies. And what they're saying is basically, even though these are foreign rogue websites, a whole bunch of domestic companies, the internet service providers, what would be the search engines, Google type operations, domain name servers. How many folks know what a domain name is? Domain name is what keeps us sane on the internet. In other words, a domain name be something like wyden.senate.gov. If you didn't have a domain